You can use Moviemaker to create a movie from a series of photos. To do this, follow the steps in these videos. The first step in creating a Moviemaker project is to make a folder for all of your files. To do this, you simply go to My Documents, open it, and then there are many ways that you can create a new folder, but probably the easiest is to click on the link at the top left-hand corner that says Make a New Folder. When you do that, it'll ask you to name that folder, and you just type in your name. So you might want to call it by your last name and the name of the project, or just your last name. Once you've created that folder, you can close My Documents. Now the reason that you make that folder is kind of important because when you save a Moviemaker file, unlike Microsoft Word or PowerPoint file, when you insert a picture or an audio file into a Moviemaker file, it does not actually save it inside the file. It doesn't embed it. All it does is give instructions for where to find the file. So for example, if you have your Moviemaker file in My Documents and you insert a photo into Moviemaker, all you're really doing is saying, go over 2 steps to the right, go down 1 step, find the folder called Photos, and inside that folder, find the picture called basketball.jpg. So that's all fine and good when you insert your picture, but let's say you now save your Moviemaker file onto your flash drive. Then, when you open your Moviemaker file, there's a direction in there that says go over 2 steps to the right, go down 1 step, look for the file called or the folder called Photos, and it won't be there. And what you'll get in Moviemaker is a big red X where your picture used to be. So the key then is that everything that you save, everything that you do for this project needs to get saved into your folder. All of your sound files, your Moviemaker file, all of your photos, everything needs to get saved inside of a folder that you create specifically for this project. So that's step 1. Make sure then if you're going to move your project, you move the entire folder and not just your Moviemaker project. Step 2 is to open Moviemaker. There's an icon on the desktop of the school computers. If you're working somewhere else, you might find it under Start, All Programs, and Accessories. Step 3 then, after you open it, is to save your Moviemaker file. Where do you want to save it? To your folder. Remember that it's probably a good idea to name that as your last name. But to save it, you're just going to go up to File, Save Project As. Make sure that you're going to My Documents, and then you're going to scroll over for your name. You're going to find your name. So I'm going to find the one that says your last name Moviemaker, because that's what we named this. Now you can name this file, but you don't have to as long as it stays in your folder. So I'm just going to leave that as untitled and put it in my folder. If you're narrating a script, it's a good idea to record this first and then import photos to match the script. So this is step 4. To create a recording, hook the microphone up to the pink jack in the back of the computer. The headphones go in the green jack. To start the narration, you just click on the microphone in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, and then up comes a sound monitor. You can adjust that, but default setting tends to be pretty good. When you're ready to start, you just click on Start Narration, and then you record your audio. It's a good idea to have a script for doing this. And then when you're done with your recording, you click on Stop, and you'll notice that when you do that, up comes a save box. So you need to save this. Remember, everything that you do, you save to your folder. So you click on My Documents, and then you scroll to your folder. You find that folder, and when you click on that, double click on it, up comes the name of your folder at the very top of the dialog box. So then I'm going to name this recording number 1 just so that I can keep track of the order that I'm doing these in, and I save that. And when I do that, not only does it save in my folder, but the soundtrack comes up on my timeline. So when you want to check how that sounds, you just click on play over there and you can listen to your recording and make sure that that's okay. Now, if you want to make another recording, you'll notice if I go up and look at the top there that the start narration is grayed out. So the trick there is to take the blue bar and place it past the sound recording. And when you do that, you'll notice that the start narration button becomes activated again. You can click on that. So I'm going to do another recording here, and I'm going to just do a little test recording, and then when I'm finished, I click stop. I'm going to save it in the same place. Now, in this time, it automatically goes to my folder because I've already set that up to happen. Once you set it up once, generally it will stay there, but always check. I'm going to call this one recording 2 and save it, and in comes my second recording. So when you do that, then you can actually move that anywhere along the timeline that you want to. You can put number 2 before number 1, after number 1. You can put a gap between them. You can do anything you want. You can move those. If you want to edit, you can edit those sound files, and it's very easy to do. See the video that says editing sound files. This video reviewed creating a folder in which you save all of your files for your Moviemaker project. And then we also looked at creating recordings for your narration for your Moviemaker timeline. For other information about Moviemaker movies, see part 2 of this series.